Don't need approval, I already know. I'm the glitch in the code. Watch me steal the show. From the ashes I rise, from the pain I grow. Glitch angel, you'll always glow. Tattoos on my skin tell the life I've lived. Scars.
What's up, guys? It is a beautiful day or night. It was a beautiful day. I mean, it was just a rainy day, but I mean, it's whatever, right? That's besides the point. Now it's a beautiful night. I was gonna record outside. I can't do it now because it's dark. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do it here. So fuck it. I'm sorry. Not really. Kinda. I don't know. But you know, my water. This is why I kind of do want to invest in a new camera. The DJI Action 6 or whatever it's called, or the DJI, I don't know, it's like another one, but they're waterproof, right? They're more action based, so I can like get outside and get dirty, you know. I can get the shit wet and I can fucking vlog. Like I can go in the rain and vlog, you know. And I'm down. I just gotta save money, so whatever. For now, we're doing this, right? So without further ado, I hope you guys' day is going good. Night, whatever the fuck. I don't want to say the same shit every day. Every video I make, I'm like, you know, like a broken record. But the awareness is key. I'm aware that I'm saying the same shit. It's just, you know, and a lot of creators, I'm not trying to compare myself, but like they'll literally say the same shit, you know, every video. I don't want to do that. But I mean, it's true. Like, I do hope you guys are having a good day or night or evening or whatever it is for you. You know, I hope you're chasing your dreams and doing whatever it is you want to do. But it's like, I don't want to say it again and again. But I don't know, whatever. Maybe I shouldn't care, right? Maybe I shouldn't care. But yeah, it's been a good day. I mean, I was at work all day, so it's whatever. But making that money, that overtime, that moolah, so I can get out there and do some stuff. Because, you know, you need money to do things, so that's what we're doing. As long as you're doing something outside of that, you know, stuff. But yeah, this video is about just how, and this is something that I've experienced before, right? Maybe you have, I don't know. But when you go through your awakening, you'll notice that there's going to be people who are way older than you, you know, and this is literally what this is. This is true. Okay. Someone can be older than you physically, but you can be older than them spiritually and mentally, right? Because so many people will never wake up, at least in this lifetime. In their lifetime, they won't wake up. They're going to live in their cycles, and they're going to live an unconscious life, doing the same shit over and over again, expecting shit to change, feeling the same emotions, thinking the same thoughts, you know what I mean? Never really healing their trauma or whatever, never really tapping into their subconscious and connecting to their higher self, and just very connected to their ego and whatever, stuck in the survival and, you know, all that victim mentality. So there's people that will literally never wake up in this lifetime. So in a way, they'll be recycled, right, in another body until they get it in another life, in another form, whatever. But so it's like once you finally get it, once you break free from that cycle, that illusion, then it's like, okay, then you begin to think better, you begin to think higher thoughts, you begin to get yourself out of that victim mindset, the survival mindset, and then therefore you develop a higher consciousness, you're more connected to your higher self, you're not thinking ego-based, limited beliefs and thoughts, you're not thinking in loops, you're more connected to the now, to the flow, and you're just, your old soul. You are aware of your old soul aspect and how you have past lives and you exist on other planets and stuff, and just you know that beyond this form and lifetime at this point, there's more. You're not overemphasizing on it, right? So when you go through your spiritual awakening, there's a different way that you carry yourself through those understandings. Like, it's more mature. With someone who doesn't instantly react, rather just observes and lets it go, because they don't allow things to grip the way that they experience, reality, and how they're just gonna be, they're not gonna let things phase them. That's magnetic, that's emotional maturity, it's spiritual maturity. It's just letting things happen and just observing and not reacting to, I guess you could say, lower states of consciousness such as fear, shame, and guilt, and anger, or whatever. But there's like people, like I'm 25, right? There's people that are in their 30s, 40s, 55, and they act like they're fucking kids still, right? It's because they never really tapped into their subconscious. They're still replaying old habits that they would do since they were a kid or whatever, and these things could be unhealthy habits, just trauma that they experienced, the false beliefs they have, false identities that they may have attached to or whatever, so if they were never really doing the inner work to to heal these things that could be toxic for themselves or other people, then it's obviously going to keep projecting itself. Because we all have an energetic field, we all have a kundalini, right? So all that baggage is like, it's like a code of information, that all that baggage is in your energetic field. And if you're never going to put your awareness and tap into your energetic field, your subconscious, and actually let it go, then it's going to keep perpetuating itself in your energetic field, and it manifests itself physically in the physical reality, in your reality. So a lot of people like older than me that I see, they're just, they're attracting the same shit over and over and over again because they never really tapped into their higher self, so all that baggage is in their aura, their energetic field, and it's just, and they're unaware of it, It's like, why me, why me, why me? Well, there's a root to it. There's always a root. So why you? Well, maybe there's something that you need to change. A lot of this comes from the childhood and shit. So I get it, but unless you make the conscious decision to let it go, it's going to keep perpetuating itself. This is how it is. It's just like, there's people that are older than me that treat their ladies like shit. They're fucking, their wives like a piece of their shits because they never fucking did their inner work. They're so detached from their self and their higher self, and so connected to their ego and separation. So they're gonna project and do things that are fucking toxic to their partner, not showing their emotions because they don't want to be vulnerable and this and that. So it's just draining for the other person. Whereas me, on the other hand, I've done so much work, 25 years old, compared to a 45-year-old man who's depressed and treats his wife like shit because he's very much in the ego. You know what I mean? He's the giving example, right? Maybe he's like a fucking drug addict, a gambling addict, or he's just an alcoholic, and he's just projecting and treating everyone else like shit because he's never done the work. So he's 45, but he's still a kid emotionally, spiritually, right? I'm 25. I've done so much work, and it's the most non-egotistical way. Like, I'm fucking mature for my age. I'm emotionally mature. That's why I've never been attracted to a lot of females my age, because a lot of them my age, not a lot. Like, there's females, okay, cool, maybe, yeah, but at least where I'm at, a lot of females my age are just very much in that high school mindset still, very in a victim mode, They crave toxic relationships, and, they're emotionally immature, so it's like, I've always been attracted to like, older, females, like, close to 30, fucking 27, 28. But it depends who you are, right? Because as the video says, you could be older than someone physically and younger than them spiritually or older, whatever, you know what I mean? So it's like, sure, there's females who are 28, 30 and still are like kids. So it just depends on the amount of work you've done, actually, I should say, on yourself. But it's just like, I've been told, like, you're mature for your age, but that's because of the work that I've done, with awareness and consciousness, it's attractive. So if you become aware of your thoughts and you don't react, react, but you rather observe and reflect, that's magnetic, that's attractive, rather than acting with the ego and getting mad and projecting, right? So doing these things makes you emotionally mature and more spiritually mature in the sense that you've connected to your spiritual roots, like your infinite self. You've detached from the ego. You've had these ego deaths. You've seen who you are beyond the mask and beyond the identity. You see the truth, right? You see that you are an infinite being having a temporary human experience, and that you're having existences on other planets and dimensions beyond human form, and even other human forms, all at this one time. You're not just experiencing this form. But all that, it's just like, just being aware, consciously is aware, is very spiritually mature for you to do. You know what I mean? You gotta understand, true maturity has nothing to do with age. It never did. A lot of us like to think that it does, but like, literally, you can meet a 35-year-old dude who still blames everyone for their pain, right? Victim mode. Whereas me, on the other hand, a 25-year-old, sorry, or even an example, whatever, someone younger, right? Like, because I woke up when I was 20, actually 18, but like, you can meet a 25-year-old, a 23-year-old, whatever, who takes a full responsibility for their life, you know what I mean, and actually wants to change and want the better for themselves. Because maturity isn't about how long you've lived. Like my mom, And I know you have a parent that says, oh, I know more. You're right. I'm more experienced than you because I'm older. What do you know? I'm older. I've been through stuff longer. I have more experience. Yes and no. You know what I mean? Because it's not about how long you've lived maturity. It's about how deeply you've reflected. You know what I mean? It's about awareness, accountability, emotional intelligence. You can live decades without ever facing yourself. That's why there's 35, 50-year-olds that are still kids, you know, without ever asking what part of this is me. Without ever even admitting that I could do better next time, right? You know what I mean? Age adds years, not wisdom. Behavior builds character. You know, the actions shit. The actions speak louder than words type of thing, you know? So it's like the difference between the wise and the wounded isn't time, rather it's self-awareness. It's how you respond when things go wrong, right? How you react instead of reacting to the first negative thing. Observing, reacting, you know? It's like, do you blame the world? Do you blame reality externally? Or do you look inward and grow, right? Because true maturity is quiet. It's not screaming, hey, look at me, I'm mature, right? No, it's quiet. It's low-key. It doesn't need to announce itself. It just is. It shows up in the way that you listen, in the way that you treat others, how you act, how you think, and how you're feeling, and how you handle the moments that test your patience, you know? So stop measuring life by birthdays, by numbers, you know, measure it by growth, measure it by humility, by grace, you know? Because behavior is what truly defines a person, right? The actions speak louder than words type shit. So it's not the candles on their cake, but it's the light in their own character that really defines people, right? It's the stuff that they do. It's never the number. I know you know someone that's fucking older than you and acts like a kid still, right? Whereas you, on the other hand, you're doing your spiritual shit and you're more mature, you're more wise beyond your years. Because again, you are an old soul. You've had many lifetimes, and now you're awake to this truth. You're aware in this lifetime. So you're an advanced soul if you're watching this. You are advanced. You come from star systems that are way more advanced than what we're operating on here in the 3D human experience, or so, whatever you want to call it, right? So, and your soul knows this, right? The ego forgets, but the real you, the soul, knows this. So that's why it's like, you feel out of place. You feel like, wow, this is outdated, because it is, you know? So there's people in your life that are going to be on autopilot. They're going to be doing the same shit over and over again, and not every, they don't want to face their fears or like their trauma. They'd rather live in comfort, because comfortability is a drug. It keeps you from chasing your dreams, being comfortable. So they'd rather be comfortable than deal with their emotions and feeling discomfort, because discomfort means, oh, I'm gonna die. No, it's just there's a part of you that hasn't been serving for so long that it could feel like you're dying, because you made that a part of you, you know? You made it a part of your identity for so long, but it never had to. It never had to define you. So it's like that, right? So it makes you, it's funny, you know? Oh, I'm older than you, what do you know? And so just next time someone says that, laugh. Fucking laugh in their face, bro. Because it doesn't matter how old they are. It only matters how far you've come to know yourself and the amount of work you've done. Because again, consciousness is sexy, it's attractive. It's nothing to do with age. There's, like I said, many people older than me that are still very much a teenager in the sense of maturity and spiritual maturity. So, this is what it is. And it doesn't make you better because you are more mature. No, it just makes you aware, and that awareness lies power. Right? It's kind of like power comes great responsibility. SpongeBob is Spider-Man type shit, right? Top shit. That's funny how people say that. Now I'm saying it, but whatever. So, yeah, that type of thing. But I love you guys. Just when someone tries to tell you that they think they know more because of your age, you can tell them to fuck off. Because it doesn't matter and it doesn't mean shit. No, it doesn't. Alright, you're an old soul. If you're watching this, you're an old soul. What is age? It's just a number. That's the amount of years you've been living on this planet, sure. But again, it has nothing to do with how mature you are emotionally and spiritually. It's the work that you do, it's the actions that you do that obviously show that, alright? Not a fucking number. Alright, guys. Namaste, Liddy. As a titty. I'll see you tomorrow.
I'm making memories, not enemies. Got angels in my melody, I'm opening eyes, rewiring minds, reminding souls.